My name's Helen Piper. I'm mother to Jacob Piper, who was born on neonatal on the 15th of December. He was on the unit for a total of 6 weeks. Towards the end of that, we did the Stork programme to learn about basic resuscitation and what to do if he starts choking and things like that, and safe sleep. Yeah, we was discharged on the Sunday. He was absolutely fine when we left the hospital. We did the Stork programme on the Friday prior to his discharge, and it actually happened on the Tuesday. We went to bed probably about 10:30. Before I actually got into bed to go to sleep, I was feeding Jacob, so I had him on the breast. I was just sitting on the bed, wasn't actually in bed. When he feeds on the breast, he sometimes has little breaks to just catch his breath and things like that, and I'd noticed that he wasn't moving, and I hadn't heard him breathe for a while, so I looked down at him and he was just completely limp, so I pulled him forward and I noticed that all the colour had drained from him. He turned like a bluey grey colour, and his arms, there was no movement in his arms or his legs or anything like that, so I started to rub his chest to try and stimulate him to get him to stop breathing again and to come back around. It wasn't working, so remembering what we were taught on the Stork programme, I knew I had to get him onto a safe area, a flat surface with nothing around, so I put his changing mat on the floor and put him on top of that, carried on stimulating his chest to try and get him to start breathing again. Still wasn't working. At this point my husband had woke up, so I asked him to ring for an ambulance. Whilst he was doing that, speaking to the operator, I tilted Jacob's head forward so that his airway was more clear. I put my head towards his head to see if I could hear him breathing. I was looking at his chest. I couldn't feel anything on my face. I couldn't see his chest moving. So I started to administer the 5 breaths that you're supposed to do based on what we learnt in the Stork programme. Covered his nose and his mouth with my mouth. I got to 3 breaths when I noticed he started to move and he started to cough slightly. So I stopped doing what I was doing, started looking at him, carried on rubbing his chest. I wanted to make sure he was breathing fully before I then moved him away from the lying position. At that point I noticed that he started to dip again. He started not breathing, he started to go limp, and the colour started draining from his face again. So I repeated the process, looked at him, tilted his chin, and then started administering the breaths again. At that point I got to 2 breaths and he started to come back around, and it was at that point that the paramedics then turned up as well. But if we hadn't have done the Stork programme on the Friday prior to being discharged and going home, I don't know what we would have done. Panicked basically. But prior to the Stork programme, we didn't know that that's what you were supposed to do. It was just stupid things such as covering his nose as well as his mouth. Didn't realise you needed to do that. And I honestly truly believe that the Stork programme saved his life.